Welcome to Boss Business Strategies, where I bring you front row to the blueprint behind the brand, straight from the millionaire entrepreneurs themselves. I am your host, Dr. Marcea, physician, life and business coach, and radio personality, and I help female entrepreneurs who are navigating the business building process so they can harness their inner power, they can build an authentic platform, and then they can chart a clear pathway to business success. It's all about the power, the platform, and the pathway. And today, this is a special Girl Boss edition, and we are turning to our $1 million mindset. And I am beyond excited to welcome to the stage the powerhouse Shurretta Metcalf. And Shurretta, she has a nickname of Chicken, and we're going to find out more about that. But she is the reigning IBF Bantamweight World Champion, a fierce fighter forged in the fires of adversity from the underground street brawls to Madison Square Garden glory, a single mom who once stepped into the ring to create a life for her sons, including one with autism. And Shurretta, she rose through the amateur ranks and turned pro at nearly age 30, defying every odd and expectation. Now her road wasn't easy. She will talk about early losses and late starts and life's pressures, but that didn't break her. They built her. And she was crowned champ just days after her 40th birthday, and she stands as living proof that true greatness is born from grit. With sharp discipline, mental resilience, and an unapologetic tenacity, Shurretta commands the ring and her legacy. She's managed by the legendary Jackie Kallen, and she is signed to Jake Paul's MVP Promotions. She now prepares to unify titles against the WBA champ, Cherneka Johnson, on July 11th at Madison Square Garden. She is more than a fighter. She's a businesswoman. She's an autism advocate and a community leader, unshaken, unstoppable, and undeniably a force built by mental toughness and fueled by purpose. Shurretta, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hey, Dr. Marcea. Hey.
Look,
I am so happy and thrilled to be here. Taking time out of my day on my busy training schedule. It's 1-2-1-2 all day. But I had to make it here for you today.
I appreciate it. And I know you've been telling me that you've been in the gym, you've been focused. You're a little bit under 2 weeks to the big day, and I just appreciate you for carving out this time. I know you just came out the gym, and I saw some pink tape on your hand. Let me see the pink
I
tape.
got
All
on a
right.
pink handrest. I literally took my gloves off because I was on the mitts and stuff. I said, hey, let me take a break. I'm finna go do an interview and I come back in here and hit the bags and the stairs and stuff when I'm done.
I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
I'm telling you right now, I'm so determined to be there. I'm like super excited about this and everything. Like this is what God has finally answered my prayers. You know what I'm saying? And this is my time right now. And I'm here for all the women, especially the women my age, who they try to say, oh, we too old, that this is their ticking time clock. No, baby, my time is right now. Right now.
I love that. I love that. And um, I want you to speak to the women. Just as I want you to keep going. For those that think that it's too late for them, that they can't, what would you say to them right now?
Baby, don't stop. Nobody can tell you you're done until you tell yourself that you're done. So many people don't try to like block me from things and stop me from doing things and use their power, whatever they have. But what's for me is mine because God said so. You know, I just kept working hard, kept being in the gym. Me and I have a female head coach. She's making history right along with me. There's not even a duo, a female and a world champion female fight right now. Me and my coach has done that. Then I added on Jackie Kallen as my advisor slash manager, So it's just a women trio thing going on right now, and I'm just loving it.
I love that. That's amazing. And I also saw that there has not been a all female card that's streaming live before.
Yeah, I think it was one in London one time.
Okay.
I don't think it was no guys on the card. I think so. I think it was like a couple of years ago it was, but we're like the main one where this is really like big. I'm trying to remember if they had any guys on the hello? Can you still hear me?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, so I had to end the call. Yeah, so but this is the historical one because it's like 3 or 4 undisputed world titles on there, on top of some unification fights on there with most of the top 10 women in their weight class. Like, it's not really you know how sometimes they pick girls who just opponents just to make the other girl shine.
Yeah.
No, if I'm telling you all these fights is going to be worth to watch because all these girls can fight. I'm literally a fan of mostly all the girls on this card. So when I was around them, this was like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy to be a part of this. I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So now seeing that you're going into this fight and all of the work that you've put in, all of the years that have gone by, growing up, did you ever even imagine that you would be here?
No, because you know what's so crazy? I wasn't known to be a fighter. Like, no, I wasn't just so scared and didn't want to fight. Of course, I had fights because I'm from Oak Cliff, so it's bound to happen. That's a hood area here in Dallas. If you don't know, everybody talk about Oak Cliff. It's the hood,
Okay,
whatever.
because look, you're schooling me because I don't know anything about Texas, so you're gonna have to.
Yes. Oh, with Dallas, you'll hear a lot of rappers. A lot of great athletes come from Oak Cliff. When they come from Dallas. So I'm from here, and this is something that I never in a million years would imagine I'll be doing right now.
Wow, that's amazing. So I know that you started in the underground fight kind of school, if you will. I want you to tell us what that means and how did those early fights prepare you as far as grit or determination? How did that prepare you for this moment?
Yeah, because I definitely had the grit, the heart. I didn't even have the technique at first. I was pretty much was just straight punches, straight punches. I know I'm longer than a lot of the girls, and they was getting tired of me because I always been an active female. So I would just like pretty much just work out and just be in shape just to fight those girls. So we was pretty much fighting the clubs, and they would bring in different girls from all over the city to fight me to where I was so popular. I started getting booked in like other states. So I met Mayflow and Mayweather before when I was in Miami fighting. I got booked in Detroit. I got booked in Arkansas. I was just going wherever, Alabama. I fought in all those places.
Yeah, look, you mentioned about your arms were long. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I talked about your nickname is Chicken. Can
Mm-hmm.
you share with us what that means and how do you now use that to your advantage?
Cause I got chicken for running track and cross country, and so when you move these feet like the way I do in the ring, you're not gonna catch me. So I'm a stick and move type of fighter.
A stick and move. I love that. And I just want to pause because you were called Chicken because you had skinny legs.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's something that you're able to now capitalize on. And for
Mm-hmm.
those ladies that are listening, that there's always that thing that made you stand out that you may not have embraced fully, but
Mm-hmm.
it's going to come back to help you. It's going to come back. And even as you said, you ran track for a while, but now that experience and that talent is now going to serve you well. You mentioned stick and move. Tell
Yes.
speak to that strategy.
I mean, because you always have to be in shape for this type of fighting. So in boxing, we do a lot of running. We do a lot of sprints. We do long distance running for the wind and the conditioning of your legs. And just being a all around athlete for me, I played basketball. I did a little soccer. I did karate before. I done tried to do a lot of things. So as in life, I've just learned discipline and just hard work. And I always been a very competitive person. So I didn't ever just do a sport to be doing it. I did it because I wanted to win.
I love that.
It's
Don't
yes,
wait.
you definitely got to win. I want to always win in life, no matter what I'm doing.
What is that mindset? How was it something that you grew up with, or what's that moment where you're like, you know what, I'm whatever it is I'm doing, I'm going to win?
You said say it again.
Is it that mindset? Is it something that you were quote unquote born with, or did you develop that through your
I think
childhood?
it was both. I think it was both because I started as a young kid. So I think it was just in me, but I just developed it even more as I got older and as an adult because I just I wanted to succeed in, you know what I'm saying, and more in everything that I did. And it's levels. So you can be born with it. Like some people just have natural talent, but you have hard work too as well. So I have a talent because I'm a very athletic person, but I have the hard work and the determination to do what I need to do in order to succeed.
That's good. That's good. So it's some ability, but then it's also the mindset.
The
So
mindset.
what was the moment where you decided, you know what, I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna lock in and do it.
I was doing that literally like while I was doing fight night. I used to hashtag future pro fighter because as I got good, people was just like, hey, you ought to try it for real. And so I started trying it for real, like just I went amateur. And so I started training for real with a real boxing coach from where I'm from in Village Oaks and Oak Cliff, some apartments. They had a boxing gym. And so the boxing gym is what helped me go there, start training for real. My coach, he's named Warnell Sims. He ended up passing away, but that's who taught me a lot of my techniques and boxing skills.
So going back to the underground world, what's one lesson that you learned from that period that you were now able to bring into the professional ring and maybe even into life?
Always outwork the other person. You
Ooh.
gotta outwork the other person no matter what. Like the other person is coming to take your head off, and I know that I know I don't want that to happen to me, so I'm outworking whoever I'm going against.
Outworking. Now
Yes,
that can go into any arena. That
anything.
that lesson right there is can take you from morning to night. So
Yeah.
whatever it is. So what does that look like from a boxing perspective? How do you outwork your opponent?
Well, I'm training like 2 or 3 times a day. I'm trying to keep my mental right. I'm not partying. I ain't I'm listening to my coaches. I'm just being within family, staying around positive atmospheres as much as possible. When I'm in the ring, I'm making sure I'm using my IQ to outsmart them because boxing is 80% mental and 20% physical. So you got to be a lot smarter than your opponent because if they can figure you out, then they can just pretty much do the same thing over and over if you don't know what's going on. So that's pretty much how I use it.
hmm No, but that's good. That's good. So I'm going to now say that I think that is what I would consider a $1 million mindset. Is that would you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am, I would.
And how long did it take you to kind of get into this zone where you had that $1 million mindset?
I think when I was in fight night, because I started seeing the bigger picture. It wasn't just because they was throwing money in the ring and I was making good money. I seen how a lot of people drew into me because of how I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally became a superstar in my city over like in a couple of months because they were just like, dang, they know me as a street girl, the hustler, you know what I'm saying, the cool girl. But I turned something like as far as a nightclub, providing for my kids. End up they seeing my life change. I'm starting to live a little better now, like better house, better cars, and I just seen the type of people I was beginning to meet and get surrounded myself with. Cause I feel like boxing just pretty much opened up a lot of doors for me. Because if you really realize it don't matter who you are, everybody loves fighting. Everybody loves boxing. You can be the millionaire, you can be the president, you can be you all the way down low to the bottom. Everybody watches boxing. And I just seen how people just really gravitated me on top of my personality. Like if you was to meet me without knowing I was a boxer, you wouldn't even know I was a boxer. You'd just be like, oh, you're a fit girl. And then they were just like, what, you punch people? I said, punch them in their face and get a check. Sure do.
Why do you think people gravitate to boxing?
Because it's a very competitive sport. And some people just like to fight. I mean, it's very competitive, and that's pretty much what I can think about it. Like, it don't matter what sport you in. A lot of the other athletes take up boxing for the conditioning, for the mindset of it. Like, we go through vigorous types of training in order to succeed, to perform on a top level that we be on. So I mean, I be with NFL players, I be with baseball players, and we all working out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I've been watching boxing since I was a kid. My dad was really into it, and back when the Ali era and Sugar Ray Leonard lived in my area, and so we used to kind of go past the gym. But that I think part of it is one, people like a battle, and when it is in a short period of time, and I think it's I mean, you can really hurt somebody, right? You can, and
People have died in the ring.
and some people just like that level. I've also watched the MMA kind of stuff.
Hey,
And
they brutal.
they are. It's crazy.
I couldn't do MMA because you're getting choked out. I would have to go. I think MMA is almost like a legal street fight. You can just choke them out, bone them, kick them. I don't have time for all that. I just pretty much just want to use these.
Right. It got to the point I can't watch it after a certain point, but I do understand how that could be. I mean, on some level, it's entertainment, right?
Yes, it
And
is.
it's real, but it's also entertainment. And so, I mean, I think it's a great way of unifying. And I think the other thing is that when you have two opponents, there are folks that pick their choice, right? So they have their favorite, and they kind of go into it. So I know on the card that you're on, you said this to me the other day, is that you are the underdog in the situation, even though
Yes, I
yeah.
am.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Um, I've always been the underdog a lot of the times in this game, especially when it came to the high elite fighting the other girls, because a lot of these girls are their country is behind them. See, I'm just from a state in the big United States, and I've been fighting these overseas girls. I'm pretty much the underdog. I'm the B side, never the A side. Like even now with this girl that I'm fighting, I don't even feel like she's a better opponent than me. But they want to be able to, I guess, tap into the Australian market, and they feel like she's supposed to be the A side, even though I feel like I have more attributes than she does when it comes to this boxing game. But I was mad. I was kind of a little upset about it at first, but then I thought about it when I talked to somebody else. They were just like, maybe it's great that you're the underdog. So that way you don't get comfortable and you're going to keep on training hard because you always feel like you got a point to prove and you got a chip on your shoulder. And I was just like, you know what? That's right. Because that is why I train so hard. Because I want to prove them wrong every time why I am really hurt and why you better bet on me every time.
I love that. Bet on me every time. And
Yes.
sometimes that I think that's also part of the millionaire mindset, or the mindset piece of it, is that you said you don't want to get comfortable, but now that you're an underdog, that's going to make you work harder.
Mm-hmm.
And this also, you're going to show your skill set when you get into the ring, right? So
Yes.
they can talk all
Exactly.
they want, right? But once you get in the ring, that's when the rubber's going to meet the road.
Yes. And
Yeah.
they gonna find out July 11th.
July 11th. Look, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about July 11th. I want to pause just for a second to recognize my sponsors that have come alongside of me to to support this this interview. And Shurretta, I'm going to give you an opportunity now if you want to shout out any of your sponsors.
Yes, I definitely want to shout out my sponsors because I'm so happy. So many people really actually believe me. I've never had this many sponsors before, and they're really congratulating me. Like, I have a jewelry company, Wax Extraordinaire from Houston. They're supporting me this fight. Veneer Lounge here in Dallas. These ladies it's all dentist, all women's dentist place, dental, and they're gonna help me just make my image even better than what it is. So I really appreciate those ladies. Then I have E&D Roofing. I also have uh Total Recon and Superior Hair Solutions, and they pretty much fix on cars, and they really believe in me. And I've been having like even different races. Like a lot of these people are um Hispanics and Indians and everything. I have Food Trap Dallas that help me with my meal preps. Make sure I get the food that I need, and it's actually great. You know, sometimes these food preps don't be having no seasoning or nothing like that down there, so they've been helping me. JPOC Global. I'm having a documentary done on me right now. So Rough Flow Entertainment. They're some of my sponsors too as well, and so I'm appreciative of them. My strength and conditioning coach, Athletic Zone, they sponsoring me for this fight. They're making sure I get everything that I need and that I deserve. So I really appreciate all these sponsors.
Awesome. So you all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to ignite change and inspire action? Join us for the third annual Passion Purpose Peace Summit. I am Her Excellency Dr. Teresa Ann Mosley, owner of TAM, Creating Ambassadors of Peace. I'm looking for virtual speakers and sponsors for this annual event. As a virtual speaker, you will share your insights on passion, purpose, and peace with an engaged audience eager to learn and grow. Showcase your expertise and inspire others to take action. As a sponsor, align your brand with the movement that resonates. You'll gain visibility and connect with also like-minded individuals. Together, we can make a ripple effect of positive change. You can contact me on my website, creatingambassadorsofpeace.com, to learn more about the virtual speaking opportunity and sponsorship opportunity. You can also email me at info@drteresaamosley.com. Peace and blessings.
Entrepreneur who feels stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure how to move forward? The Life Coaching for Business Builders program helps you harness your inner power, build your authentic platform, and chart a clear path to business success. You don't have to do this alone. Together, we'll create strategies, structure, and accountability to help you boss up in life and business. It's time to claim your power and make your business dreams a reality. All right, this is Dr. Marcea, and we are back. Thank you for listening to the shout outs for the sponsors. I am back with Shurretta Metcalf, and I wanted to ask you a question. The question is, boxing, even though it's athleticism, it is your bread and butter, but it's also a business. How have you learned to navigate the business side of being a boxer?
That took me a minute to learn it, especially when I became on this level. You know what I'm saying? So as far as with my interviews, with getting the branding and the marketing people as well. So many brands have been reaching out to me now, and they be helping me, like Adams Boxing. They've sent me shoes so where I can fight in. They're actually some great shoes. Different clothing companies been sending me so much clothes. I haven't even had the need to go shopping like that right now. And then just my presence of learning certain things like that and getting my financials in order. So now having people that's helping me, like, hey, you need to have an LLC with doing this, you know what I'm saying? So you won't be liable. Your name won't be liable for a lot of these things, because people, once you become somebody, everybody want to come at you a certain type of way. I want to make sure my kids are sick, because at the end of the day, this is why I'm getting punched in the face. It's for my kids, you know? And so I want to set up trusts, and I have insurance on them for us and things like that. So it just, learning the business side of everything and set myself up to when I'm stop boxing, I can still have something to rely on. Like I'm a personal trainer. I have a boutique and a salon. I have a mobile bartending business.
Wow.
Yes, and I also I just came out with my new clothing, a workout clothing line called Elite Essence Activewear Powered by You, and it's actually doing great. A lot of people is liking it. Even my Team Chicken merchandise that's been selling a lot because I haven't been doing all my jobs. I just pretty much been training, but my merchandise has been selling, and that's been making me the millionaire mindset right now.
I love it. I love
Yes.
it. Wishing you well in all of that. Looking forward to promoting that as well. So I know you've been working with Jackie Kallen. She is the first lady of boxing. How
Mhm.
has she helped to transform and to manage your brand and your career?
She's great because she actually listened to me. Like I had a manager before her, and it was like arguing with somebody, like, and I didn't like that because it's just like, hey, you like she just listens. Not talking about nobody else. I'm talking about her. She really listens. She know how to get the job done because me, I still have get a little anger control and I just get mad. She know how to make it sweet, make it respectful to all parties to where they'll understand. Um, and then by her just being her, when she calls people, people be so excited to talk to her that we pretty much get whatever we need or want. So it's just like, hey, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So people knowing who I am and my personality, I'm a genuine person. Then she who she is. It was just like a match made in heaven, and so I'm very appreciative of her. She gets the job done for me.
I love that. So I know you have some other interests, and I know you are a mom of autism.
Mm-hmm.
As that in that platform, what's your message to other moms or to other individuals who may be dealing with autism in their family life?
I would say just learn as much as you can about it and don't give up on your child because I found out about autism when I was just 20 years old with my kid. I never even knew about it. And so they was telling me about it. So I started doing research because my son wasn't talking at like 1, 2 years old. He wasn't even saying mama. And I went to a doctor and they were just like, oh, some boys are slow. And I was just like, not this slow. And so I took him to another doctor and I just kept him with speech therapy, cognitive therapy, physical therapy, and things like that to where my baby was talking. I ended up getting him potty trained. It took him till he was like 5 years old. But I have another son as well. So when I'm so much on him potty training that the other one just took his diaper off and started getting on the toilet. So it was just like I got 2 for 1. I was thanking God for that. But I always have the don't give up type of spirit and I just love my kids so much. And so now like dealing with everything with my son, he ended up graduating from high school on time. He was a National Honor Society, top
Wonderful.
10% in his class. He was on the Kimball basketball team where they won state championship. Cause my son's 6'3". So he's dunking and everything. He got
Okay.
he got scholarship money to go to college and everything. So
Wonderful.
I would just tell all the mothers out here, like, it can be done. Don't give up. Don't ignore it. I was a single young mom, and I was so proud of my son. I was crying when my baby walked across that stage because, hey, I made sure he did that.
That.
Yeah,
Congratulations for that journey and for the lives that you're going to touch just from telling your story. I love that.
yeah.
So I know, so boxing we talked about earlier, it's a male sport generally. Women have kind of come into it, I guess, in the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so. But how would you speak to women or help women who are in a male dominated career? What lessons or tools or mindset would you give to them?
We always have to work harder just to prove our point. Even though a lot of times we be more excited than the guy, especially in boxing, we gonna fight the whole time, you know. And my thing is, I'm stubborn. So you can't tell me I can't do nothing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep working hard at it. I'm I the main thing to me is just don't give up. It's the payoff is always big at the end, you know. And I'm thanking God that I'm finally getting my shine right now. I literally came from nothing, from underground boxing. Now I'm fighting on the biggest card ever, this women's card ever. Signed to one of the biggest promoters.
Yeah.
Signed to About to fight on one of the biggest streaming networks, Netflix, where they have millions of subscribers, and I'm about to get paid one of the biggest checks I've ever got paid before. But hey, it's even bigger checks are about to come, especially when I win this undisputed world title. So I'm so happy because you got promoters that won't even put money behind you, and they're out and they're doing that for me. They're putting the money behind us and paying us good to show us, hey, this is the standard for women. You know what I'm saying? Women athletes, period. They deserve this. They want this, and they're definitely worth it. So I definitely give a shout out to MVP Promotions because they're showing everybody that it is what it is.
Yeah. So let's talk about July 11th. Live, Madison Square Garden in New York. You're on the card with other powerhouse women.
Mm-hmm.
How is first? How are you preparing for that moment without? It's a lot of shine. It's a big stage. It's a big dance. How do you keep the mental focused?
I try to stay humble as much as possible. And then I know by I told you about me being an underdog, I just keep training hard and working hard because I know this is my time to shine. Because the girl that I'm fighting, I wanted to fight her first. Then the other champion that I was originally supposed to fight, they switched the opponent because the other girl got pregnant. And so I was just like, oh, okay, I'm getting the girl that I actually wanted to fight first. Then they turned around and said, well, the other girl had to vacate all the belts because she's pregnant. And so now we're going to have you guys go for undisputed. And I said, look at God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to go for all the belts right now against the opponent that I was choosing to fight that I wanted. And it's just like, because I'm 40. So I know I don't have a lot of time. Even though I can feel good and look good, you know what I'm saying? But you never know at 40, anything can happen. So I'm just happy that I'm getting my time right now. So I know it's for me. I know God's doing it. So he just want me to do my part, which is work hard, stay focused, and just get to the finish line.
Yeah. So you mentioned your faith. How does faith show up for you as in your journey and you step into that ring on the 11th?
I have great faith in God. Like we always pray before I get in the ring. Um, I'm just grateful and thankful. Um, I believe in God. Like he didn't he did this for a reason to show me. Like he done gave me tests during camp. You know what I'm saying? The devil done tried to do little things here and there when it comes to like my kids or when just I have friends, close people about me pass away during this camp, you know, and it really did hurt me a lot. But things I just kept on pushing, and I just know God got me, and I have a strong faith in the Lord.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I love that, and I know when you mentioned about the switch of the opponent, he gave you what you wanted initially, and that's something that when we are dealing with drama and trauma, we're going to get to the finish line, but we have to endure some things first. And what we actually want, God's going to give it to us, but we have to stay in the fight. We have to stay in the ring. We have to keep doing the punches. We have to keep going, and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm happy for you in that regard. So as young girls, let's say elementary school children or high schoolers, and they are watching your fight. They're watching your story. What is it that you want them to take away from this fight?
Um, that hard work always pays off. I can pretty I done said it in so many different ways. Like, just I've been able to overcome a lot of things, and they can overcome everything if you just stick to the game plan, and you're gonna become whoever you want to be. I want to be. I manifested a couple of years ago. I shared it on my Facebook. A couple of years ago, I said I will be a world champion. I shared it because it came up as a memory, and I said, "Look, y'all, I told you, manifestation is everything." But I also worked hard at it, so I kept putting that energy into the earth. I kept putting it into the world. I want to be a world champion. Then I started saying I want to be an undisputed world champion, and then I'm actually getting my opportunity right now. And so it's just like, hey man, what's for you is yours. Because God said so. God gonna give you what you want. Just stay truthful to him, stay praising him. Everything will come. And I'm having my way.
I love that. All right, so now I'm going to get to some more just practical stuff. What is on your playlist? Tell me a song that just like really gets you going and is your anthem.
That Glorilla, yeah, glow.
Okay.
Cause she's just talking about cranking herself up, who she really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm her. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing to do about, guys on that. It was just about her just, I'm her. Yeah, I'm her. Stump on them. All that good stuff. Like, that's the song that I play that a lot of times. I have it loud too. Loud, yeah. Because like, yeah, she hopped in the parachute and jumped out. Like, what she say? Hopped in the plane and jumped off the parachute. Cause that's what it was. That's what I did. Yes. So it was just uplifting. It was just so uplifting. I like that song. It just the beat just glow. Yeah, glow.
That I love that. So there you go. Y'all know the song. You know the song. So, Shurretta, what is your biggest win outside the ring?
um Being able to be a great mom, be a better mom. I still, even though my kids are older now, one finna be 18 tomorrow. Then I have my 20-year-old, and just to watch them grow up, and I'm still even learning more as a mom too, because I was a young mom, so I still get advice, and still now they're teenagers are becoming grown men, and so now I have to learn how to just talk to them, and as far as an aspect of being an adult in this world now, not just being a kid and being obedient towards me and their dads, but to just be grown as an adult as men now. And so I feel like that's one of my greatest accomplishments. I just got to raise my boys and just love on them. I'm a boy mom.
Me too.
Yes, yes.
I have a daughter too, but there is something that's special.
Yeah, they're
Um,
my first loves.
yeah, yeah. So, if there were three words that you could describe your journey, what would they be?
Uh, Loyalty, determination, and I said grit.
Grit,
Yeah.
grit, grit, grit. I love it.
Yeah.
So, with this talk show, the thing that I always come down to is what is your $1,000,000 mindset moment? What was that one thing where you were like, you know what, this changed everything in my life and is part of the core of who you are? What would that be?
When they assigned me to MVP, and I was out there in New York, and on media day, on a media conference, I seen how they had my picture and stuff like big in Madison Square Garden, and it was Netflix, and I'm sitting here partying, like not partying, but I'm hanging around freaking Jake Paul and the whole MVP team, and they so excited to meet me, and I'm just like, y'all excited to meet me? I'm excited to meet y'all. Like, it was, yeah. So I just knew then, like, hey man, this is what's gonna change my life, and it really did. Like, so many people, they don't say, like, everybody just see the bigger picture for me as well. Like, I'm getting so many roses right now on all type of aspects of life, just period. And that was my $1,000,000 mindset. Cause hey, that's what I'm trying to make right now. They pay me good. I keep winning. I'm gonna be a millionaire.
That's right. That's right. I love that. Look, we'll give you some finger snaps. And it has been a great day to meet you, to interview you. I'm gonna be in the garden July the 11th.
What?
To
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
coming to be in the space to watch history go down and to support you. And I wish you much success, and just the energy that you have and the story is going to help so many people. And so I just want to say congratulations in advance for making it, and for staying consistent, and for it's always good to connect with great people who can help you, but it's also a testament to who you are, and your strength, your determination, and how you've been able to move through your life.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna sign out, and we're gonna just chat a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
So this is Dr. Marcea, and I'm your life and business coach. I am signing off from the home of the $1,000,000 a moment. You can find us first Fridays here on YouTube at 12 noon Eastern Time and on replay. Don't forget to like, share, and a comment. Until next time, I will see you. Take care.